Hi everyone, Jeremy Vine has recently posted a video that's gained a lot of attention, and it's unsurprising because he nearly gets run over. Let's have a look at the clip.
No! Whoa! Are you okay, sir? Just come over here.
So, obviously, the van driver has made a number of serious mistakes, so let's go over these in a little more detail.
No!
Mistakes like this aren't done on purpose most of the time, so let's have a look at the reasoning why I think this van driver made this mistake. And we can see this if we have a look at Google Maps from the direction the van driver was coming from. Pretty obviously the van driver wants to turn right, and the road itself is effectively a one-way street with a contraflow cycle lane. And from this view we can see easily what clues the van driver missed. First of all, there's a solid line in between his lane and the cycle lane coming in the opposite direction. You don't go over them. There's also some low-level cycle lane bollards. There's some hatched areas which separates the traffic around the island up near the lights. There's also some blue keep left bollards by the red sign. And not to forget one of the biggest clues. Look at the vehicles that are queuing on the right hand side. Which side of those vehicles are we going to be going? Quite simply, this driver was oblivious. He may have also rushed his observation because Jeremy on his bicycle was coming the other way. People try and escape, and it's not right. After the van driver heard the warning and stopped, you imagine what's going through that van driver's mind. They'll be panicking. I see it with novice drivers all the time when they've made a mistake. They then go and compound the problem often by not observing properly. Think of all the information that you would have to gather to do this safely. This van driver moved way too quickly.
Whoa!
After another horn warning, which sounds as though it came from one of the other vehicles in the vicinity, the van driver again came to a stop. Thankfully, it wasn't a moment too soon. In my opinion, delivery drivers aren't given enough training, and they're put under such time constraints that often situations like this can happen. I'm making an assumption here that this is the driver, and it was good to see he was out checking Jeremy was okay. So in a nutshell, the driver of the van needed to do much better. They missed so many clues that would have allowed them to work out the junction layout. Reversing when you don't know who's behind can be lethal, and it was lucky this situation didn't become more serious. Jeremy could have also done a number of things better. Let me explain.
No!
Jeremy's spotting of the problem and horn use was good. And really, if the van has stopped, that's risk finished. But it's never incident finished with Jeremy, is it? He's previously been given the green light to challenge by Detective Superintendent Andy Cox, so he's going to make use of it. But Jeremy's perception of when he's seen and when he's not is absolutely useless, as normal. I've highlighted this a number of times from clips that I've already analysed from Jeremy. Jeremy can't be seen from this position, and the driver's panicking, and look how little time he would have been visible. Jeremy's virtually obscured at this point. The van's already moving, Jeremy's got left lock on and is heading behind the van, and then he stops. And he's very lucky not to go under the back.
Are you okay, sir? Just come over here.
Jeremy's getting on the pavement to keep safe. So, now it's time, I think, to offer Jeremy a little alternative to what he should have done. Like I've already said, Up to this bit, Jeremy did well. But what if at this point Jeremy dismounted and actually helped the van driver reverse properly to keep everyone safe? I know that's unlikely to happen, but if it did, I'd even watch Jeremy's clips. Jeremy originally spots the van driver's mistake and does a great job of warning them. This was a perfect way of reducing risk, but then his obsession with challenging every motorist mistake he sees in his quest to record that incident put himself in huge danger. I often go on about the importance of asking yourself, have you been seen? Which ironically has been mocked by many on cycling Twitter. Then Jeremy has an absolute brain fart in his excitement of a new clip and decides to stand in the worst possible place. What did he really think the van driver was going to do after he'd alerted them to going in the wrong direction? When I used to go out on my motorbike, my family members used to worry, even though I always rode safely and never came close to having a serious incident. And knowing this, it made me wonder how Jeremy's family members feel about him putting himself in consistent, unnecessary risk. This situation as normal should have been a non-event. He had plenty of options to keep safe, but chose the absolute worst thing to do. This incident proves what can happen when you get an inattentive driver and someone else searching for content. Don't copy Jeremy. Keep safe instead. I'll see you soon.